Coming up on Mountain News this morning, we remember the life of the legendary and beloved coal miner's daughter and honor the legacy she leaves behind.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning to you. Today is today Wednesday? Yeah, today's Wednesday. I'm Dakota Makris. Good morning to you. It's almost 5 o'clock here. Let's head over to Cameron Aaron. Cameron, good morning to you.
No, you didn't just look at your phone.
I did. I forgot what today was. My goodness.
You know, it happens.
It happens a lot around here.
It really does. I feel like in the news, you just never know what day it is.
You really don't.
Yeah.
You
well,
don't.
Dakota, the forecast is pretty easy today. It's just like yesterday and the day before that. It's going to be the same thing tomorrow morning. It's chilly. It's foggy. Here's a live look in Whitesburg right now in Letcher County. You can see some pretty dense fog back in the distance. And most of that fog is centered over southern Kentucky, northern Tennessee, 0 miles now in Harlan and Williamsburg, 1 mile in Middlesboro. So be sure if you hit the road early to just use caution and drive slowly. Temperatures are chilly, upper 30s, lower 40s, 39 for Somerset and London, 37 in Clintwood, and 46 over in Pikeville. But good news, a nice warm up is on the way by this afternoon. Upper 60s, lower 70s, under plenty of sunshine. But we are tracking a cold front by Friday that could bring a few showers to the region. I have that full forecast coming up in just a little bit. Dakota.
All right, Cameron, thank you. A legend in the mountains of eastern Kentucky and the world of country music is gone. Loretta Lynn, the coal miner's daughter from Butcher Holler in Johnson County, has died at the age of 90. CBS's Danya Backus shows us how Loretta rose from poverty to the queen of country.
Well, I was born a coal miner's daughter.
Loretta Lynn was the coal miner's daughter who rose to become the queen of country music. In a career that spanned more than half a century, Lynn always told it like it was. A gifted songwriter, she became a powerful voice for women, tackling controversial topics, including alcohol, war, and sex. Some songs, such as The Pill about sexual liberation and Rated X about divorced women, were initially banned by many radio stations until they became hits.
You're rated X.
When it hit the charts, they had to take it out of being banned and play it, you know. Everybody had to play it when it was on the charts.
Lynn's story is well known. Her autobiography became the 1980 hit movie Coal Miner's Daughter, earning a Best Actress Oscar for Sissy Spacek.
Yeah, I'm proud to be a coal miner's daughter.
Lynn grew up in extreme poverty in Kentucky. Her sister, Crystal Gale, also became a famous singer. As a teenager, Loretta married Oliver Doolittle Lynn. The couple had 6 children together during their tumultuous marriage that lasted close to 50 years.
Doo said I was going to make it, and I made it. He said, you're going to be a singer, and I sang, and I made it. I couldn't let him down.
Lynn was also known for her popular duets with Conway Twitty throughout the 70s and early 80s. During her lengthy career, Lynn received numerous accolades, including the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award in 2010 and the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2013.
Stay with me a little bit longer.
In 2018, at the age of 86, Lynn put out her 41st studio album titled Wouldn't It Be Great? For fans, the word great doesn't begin to describe her music or her legacy. Danya Backus, CBS News.
Me to cry over you.
In a statement, Loretta's family said she died in her sleep at her home in Hurricane Mills, Tennessee. Well, the love for Loretta Lynn spreads around the world. Family members say this year alone, people have traveled from as far as Sweden just to visit Loretta's home place in Butcher Holler. Family members say that when people would call Loretta Lynn a country music star, she would say, I'm not a country music star, I'm the coal miner's daughter. And at her home place, family and fans alike are remembering her just as that.
She was very intelligent, and you know, the little building at the mouth of the holler here, that represents the one-room schoolhouse where Loretta went to school. And so she only went to like until she got married. Yeah, right. And but she was self-educated.
Well, our buddy Forbes went to Butcher Holler yesterday. We'll have more on his visit in the 5:30 half hour. Fellow country music legend Dolly Parton shared her condolences on social media. She said, quote, "So sorry to hear about my sister and friend Loretta. We've been like sisters all the years. We've been in Nashville, and she was a wonderful human being, wonderful talent, and millions of fans, and I'm one of them. I miss her dearly, as we all will. May she rest in peace," end quote. More artists made statements remembering the country music icon. Joe Bonzel of the Oak Ridge Boys said, quote, "Great Britain lost their longtime reigning queen. Now we've lost ours. Rest easy, Miss Loretta. We all loved you so very much until the day," end quote. Heath Wright of Ricochet reflected on how she made him feel by saying, "I only met her once in May of 1997, but she made me feel like I had known her my whole life, like she was my favorite aunt that I hadn't seen in a long time." Country music now has a void that will likely not be filled for quite some time, if ever. T. Graham Brown reminisced on his first time meeting Loretta Lynn, saying, "Sweet Miss Loretta has crossed the River Jordan. I first met her in 1977 and have since remained friends. Sheila and I will miss her greatly. I'll always cherish her recording of my song, Wine into Water. Please pray for her family at this sad time. God bless you and rest in blessed peace." And fellow Kentuckian Winona Judd said, quote, "I met her when I was just 20 years old. As I walked into the CMAs for the first time in 1984, she was the first person who came over and hugged me." Winona posted this photo to her Facebook page and went on to say, quote, "Loretta was like an aunt to me. I would call her and she would tell me stories. Some of my fondest memories of Loretta came from her telling me all about her life in Butcher Holler. During one of my visits to Hurricane Mills, she gave me a Bible and a crochet doily that her mama made. I will cherish those gifts forever. It's really hard for me to comprehend life without her," end quote. Well, we certainly love Miss Loretta. Thank you so much for joining us or getting your day started with us rather on this Wednesday morning. Still to come, Australia commits to saving many of the animals that call the country home from serious threat of extinction. Stay with us. More news is on the way.
And dense fog is an issue this morning, but the weather is looking fantastic later on today. I have those details coming up.